that's not the right point. I do apologise.
What we do is we just get a camera shot of us three sitting here having a drink, and then so there you go.
Yeah. Perfect. I spoke to Johnny earlier this year about getting a special guest involved to host this interview, and lucky enough we've got none other than Amadeus Mozart, who's kindly come along and is willing to help out.
Brilliant. Well, thanks boys, thanks for
Very welcome.
I've obviously got some questions about your second project on this. So bring it to, what can we expect? Let's have a quick overview, what can we expect?
Okay, so it's a 2-disc CD, it's a physical album release. We've gone with a rebranding of Bring It as well. So the first Bring It was an initial concept of an idea to focus my mind on various other parts, but there's a whole interview and statement around that. So this one was more about expanding ourselves really, and who we are and what we're intending to do on the scene and what we're looking to bring. It's also to showcase some of the newer producers and engineers out there. The two mixes themselves actually are very, very different in styles. Johnny's offering the more funkier side of hard house. I'm offering the more sort of harder beats with hard dance, a little bit of bounce, some hard trance. So you've got a complete an amalgamation, if you will, of sounds.
You mentioned there that you've gone for 2 discs this time.
Yes.
So what was the reason behind? Was it 1 disc before? Why have you gone for this physical 2 disc this time?
So it was 1 disc before. As I say, it was just for myself, and it was a focal point to get me away from the bad area that I was at that particular time in my life. This time round, it's more about ourselves as artists. Who are we? What are we doing?
So how did you two meet? I mean, you talk about Johnny like you've known each other all your life, but have you met recently?
It was Tinder, I think.
Yeah, Grindr. Grindr is the right one. No, I believe we met at a DJ competition in Corby.
When was this?
2012?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
2012.
2012. So, yeah, James won the competition, despite not having a single person dance for him.
My mum.
And then we bumped into each other at Frantic, didn't we?
Yes.
And I come up with the idea of like warm-up bounce, which James, I think he was physically sick in his mouth. And then I went in the studio, and it kind of went from there.
So that's how you met. So who have you approached then for the album? Obviously it's lots of collaborations and lots of artists here. So who have you approached and why have you approached these people?
Okay, so starting from the top, I guess we've got obviously Johnny, who's involved. We make up Charm Offensive. We've also got
3 Charm Offensive tracks, I think.
There are. I think I've got 2 on my disc, 1 on yours.
Oh no, 2 on mine, so 4. 4 in total.
4 in total. Yep. Okay, so we've got Technikal on board. I don't think he needs any introduction as to why we've got him involved.
No.
We've got Audox.
Yeah.
Audox, because of his style of sound, is just so crisp and clean. There's not many people that are sort of on par with him at the moment in terms of his production quality. We've got Karlston Khaos, bringing up that hard dance edge. We've got Energy Syndicate again, bringing the big bass action.
Yeah.
We've got Max Mozart, as it is. We've got Wain Johnstone.
Yeah.
One of my personal favourites, to be honest, to work with. He comes in with this enthusiasm. It's kind of unrivaled. It's just silly noises, silly quirks, and just generally a happy-go-lucky guy.
Yeah.
We've got Club Filler, again, you know, early hard dance stuff with Andy whipping Club Filler everywhere, so it was a no-brainer for me to get him involved. We've done 2 tracks in the past before, so we kind of know how each other works. Kai Shand and Ozzy. It was Ozzy's suggestion on this one. He said he wanted to get involved with the album. I said to him, okay, well, we can look at doing a sort of hard house, bouncy sort of type track, because that's what he's into. And he said, let's go with Kai, let's do a verses. So he came up with that idea. We've then got Breathe in Harmony. Now they're a couple, which I didn't realise, and I believe Breathe is the male, he's involved in hardcore, who then left the hardcore scene and came into hard dance, and the sound they're producing is crazy, so that's good. Unit 13 for their hard trance side of things. Foid, Ben Cutup and Chris Finnegan and Lisa Bowers with the other.
You say Lisa Bowers there. Now,
yes.
There's a story behind that.
There is, yes.
Obviously, I know Lisa as a mad tidy clubber and she's always at our event.
Yes.
And you said there was some sort of competition.
There was. Earlier in the year, it was around March this time, March this year, I approached the Team Hard group with a little competition. Those to post, how can I put it? An amusing post, be it a picture, statement, something. She, at the time, just seemed to have got it. She was on fire with her responses, and it chuckled me. So I offered the chance, if it amused me enough, to come into my studio, we'd write a track, and then give it away on Team Hard. And that's exactly what we did. She came in within a week later, she was in the studio, full of energy. I couldn't keep her still, she was, you know, so lively. And yeah, we came up with the track, gave it away for free, and that was it.
So I think you've nearly finished all these tracks, you've got it all ready. So when did you start this project? Because obviously to get all of these DJs and all the collaborations together, I know working on a collaboration project myself, it's a nightmare to get everything down, and it can take 3 years and you lose interest. So how long has this been going on?
I would say we started it February?
Yeah.
February this year.
Yeah.
And it's pretty non-stop, I think, from the design, the artwork concept, what we want to do, how is it going to be different from the first one, how are we going to make it better, our approach to it.
So you mentioned there how you said, how can we make it different from the first one? So how, people who have heard the first one, how different is it?
I think that's where I come in, because James was in the hard dance mold, and I'm going to come in and basically do sort of almost traditional hard house, house that's hard.
Yeah.
That's what I've done. So for me, I'm working alongside producers like Digital Mafia, Amp Attack, that very funky sort of sound.
Yeah.
We're going to get in with track 2.
Yeah.
So again, Dave there.
Yeah.
And then for me, as a producer, I'm a few years behind James, so I'm taking it as a way to sort of almost find my sound. And then also I've got a few friends coming in the studio, people that might have left the scene, and I want to bring them back. DJ Eyeball is one of them. And then I've got one track where I've got a bunch of my mates, and I'm bringing them in, and we're going to work on something together, and it will be really, really personal for me.
What I like about this project, just talking to you, is there's a story behind it, whereas with hard house, and particularly our scene, tracks are made and they become very disposable. There's not much of a story about it. So what I quite like about this, there's actually a lot of thought going into it, which is very unusual, because our music usually quite disposable. Okay, so it's took a long time, I assume, to get all these people together and the project, whenever you started it. When is it officially coming out?
So hopefully December 18th, from bringitmusic.co.uk will be the main portal to purchase it from. As I said before, it will be a 2-disc physical release, as well as a digital release across the digital stores.
There's going to be a limited physical release.
That's right,
What I would try and do is find one that I haven't signed. They will be the really rare ones.
And the collectible items.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant. Well, I look forward to my free copy. Johnny, don't bother signing it. And as I say, it's out on December the 18th. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
That's what, if I had to paint a face, that's what they turn out like. It ran so fast you couldn't even see it there. It could have been a security guard. And so he just went. I think somebody caught him, bounced him, and so he flipped. So he did have a soft landing and then flipped.